Yo YouTube, it's time for another sales day video. We've got some sales in the non-sports store as well as the sports store. We will start with the non-sports store, but before I get into that, I did get some more non-skewed stuff skewed. So all those 1971 football commons I had are all skewed now. Here's the piles. They need to be placed in the drawer, but I ran out of space in here. This is all Sports Illustrated for kids, so that will get skewed next. Then I just have this drawer to do in this cabinet, and this cabinet will be all bagged. I do have stuff in the other cabinet out in the hallway that will be worked on next, but again, I want to maximize. These are the cabinets most accessible to me, so I want to maximize these and get everything in bags before I move on to the other one. Okay, so let's pull some orders. We've got bag 43014 right here. So picked up a bunch of these Blizzard cards. Let's see, what do I need here? I need this one. Red Parallel Horde. This is Ball. From the game Diablo, I guess. I don't know, I don't play video games, but pretty cool looking card. And then I had one more, so I'm just going to skip down and grab that one right away. Oh no, it's in a different bag, so never mind, we'll wait till we get to that one. But we have this one Blizzard card. I'd sold a couple of these out of here already. It looks like it was just a couple of packs someone bought, and it ended up in a non-sport box, so always have anything that's not super common that I don't see all the time. That's what I really want to pick up now. Alright, and then we have a Garbage Pail Kids card. 24B. We need one that looks like Pinocchio. $24B. There he is. Chiseled Chip. And that sold for $1.99. The Blizzard card sold for $2.99. I basically, because since I didn't really pay anything for those, I basically, with the Blizzard cards, I basically put $1.99 on base, and then $2.99 on parallels and inserts and stuff. But I did have a couple of like bigger cards in. I don't want to say. Well, cards that were more than that, that I knew were worth more than that, like the main Diablo card with him sitting in the chair. I knew those were going for a bit more, so listed them for more. Where is this? Oh, 563. I'm on 5625. So here's some stuff I just listed yesterday. I didn't even get it into the drawer yet. These are some Disney 100 cards. Still working through that huge lot of those that I bought. It's getting down there though. I know in my what's on my desk video, I said I wanted to try to get through that all yesterday so I could get rid of the box. Because I just got too much stuff laying around right now. And I want to put some stuff away, but other stuff I know I'm just going to list it and then get rid of it. So I'm trying to just get some of that stuff done quick and then toss the boxes. Okay, so we need a Wreck-It Ralph. Here she is. Wreck-It Ralph Vanellope, and that sold for $2.99. Love these Disney 100 cards. Such nice variety. Good looking cards. Japanese print, so you know you can't really buy them here. So they check a lot of boxes when I'm looking at stuff to resell. Okay, 1231. So it's gonna go over here. 1231 bag 3. Alright, this is going to be from a non-sport buy and Madison. What is this card? See, I don't even know what these are, but Lady Bullseye from some Marvel set. So $2.69 for that one. Good deal. Especially like it when I sell cards I don't know what they are. it's just a pleasant surprise when you look at it and you're like, I don't know what this is. Will it ever sell? And then boom, it's out the door. So for me, that's a good feeling. Okay, I got a big Kakawa order, 10 different cards. So we'll start with 318.6. And we need Robin right there. I think that's the only Robin. Some of these cards I got sealed and some opened. So there's duplicates of some cards. So I gotta check if it's the sealed version or the open version. I don't know, that it wouldn't matter to me, but I know some buyers it matters. Okay, we need a bunch out of here. We'll start with Green Lantern. Here's which Green Lantern? Both of them actually, both Green Lanterns. Okay, what else do we need out of 5? We need big guy in red here. Where is he? There he is. Atrocitus, I believe is how you pronounce it. Okay, so we got those. We got one in between. We need Captain Planet, 317 for. I love Captain Planet. I wish they would do something with that property. 17 for. I know, like, the saving the planet movement is not what it was, you know, in the early 90s, which is why that show was so popular. Here he is, Captain Planet. But I just liked it. It was a good positive show. It had a pretty cool theme song, some interesting characters, and I don't know, it was good. All right, 5, 4, 25. So we need something a little bit earlier or later here. 5, 4, 25. And out of this one, we need the Blue Beetle and Deathstroke. So I knew there's Deathstroke. I knew these would be. There's Blue Beetle. I knew these would be popular enough that, you know, they would kind of turn over. Lots of cool different properties. Some of these characters, you know, really don't have any other cards. Especially modern cards where they're nice and chrome and well done. Alright, one downside, of course, is I can't scan them. They have to be listed by hand. Because they're sealed in these baggies and they chrome and all that, they just don't scan. Okay, then we need a dark side. Which one do I need? I need the sealed or the regular one. Looks like the sealed. There we go. And then we need Black Lightning. And one more out of here, so I'll grab that one right away. We need Martian Manhunter. Cool. Alright, so some good Kakawa stuff out the door. And the last one is in 43017. It's going to be way down here. And that is a Black Lightning. It's kind of weird. Doesn't seem like it would be in. Oh, I have another 43017 bag. I'm going to say, this seems like all sports. Kind of have them separated out especially when I have to do them by photo. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be in here for sure. Where are you? There he is, Black Lightning. Okay. Good sale on those. And that was a total of $30.90. Next, we got a Freddy sticker, $3.25. 3. So there should be a Freddy sticker in here. Again, seems like an odd place to have it since this is all sports. But it could be one that just kind of popped in. Nope. So I'm going to have to look that one up. It doesn't show up in this bag. 325, 25, 3. Alright, I'll have to look into that one. I don't think I have... That's all Star Wars. Maybe it's this one. I know there was a bag that I had some of the stickers in the wrong bag. Can't remember which one it is. Oh, 324, bag 5. Or bag 3. So unfortunate side effect. Sometimes the numbering gets wrong. I always find it, but it's just something that I have to go back to. I think it's this one. I think it was 24-3 because I had been through this before. Yep, there it is. Freddy sticker, $4.99. Nice sale on that one. I've run into that once before when I had to pull a sticker out of there, so I had a pretty good idea of where it was going to be. 5-2, bag 7. We need a Donald Duck. Wow, this is from the Disney 100. There he is, sold for $3. And then we need another Wow, but it's a different bag. 5-5. Are those up here? No, those should be down here, right? Yeah, 5-5, 25. Very last bag. I need a Zootopia Yak Yak. A very interesting purchase. I don't know much about Zootopia. There he is, Yak Yak. Cool looking photo there of that yak, and that sold for $2. I don't know if those were the same buyer or not. So sometimes when I am telling you each individual order, sometimes it is a customer that placed multiple orders. They just did them individually. So these aren't all necessarily shipping on their own, which is good because you want to save on you want to consolidate as much shipping as possible. But for me, for pulling them and just doing it on this camera, it's easier to just say, hey, this is the next sale. Okay, guy with the spear here. There he is. Rancor Keeper, $1.99. I think that's it for the non-sports store. It's actually a pretty slow day for sales yesterday. One of the reasons I got in a video yesterday, and I knew I could do this video today. I have plenty of other stuff to do, but I knew with sales being a little slower that I would have some extra time. So that's the good news. I always feel like the most important thing is that I utilize my time all day, and sales and orders have to come number one, because a business doesn't run without that. And then after that, I can make videos, I can do extra listing, I can SKU cards up that have sold, or not sold, excuse me, but weren't skewed. So you just, as long as you fill your day, you're moving forward on things. I mean, in some ways, yeah, it would be absolutely amazing to just have sales, so many sales to deal with every day that I can't do anything else. But first of all, that's not reality. That's just not how sales work, especially in a product that's got cycles like trading cards with seasons and player stats and releases and that kind of thing. And second of all, those other things are still important to do while they aren't producing income. They're definitely required to properly operate the business. All right, we need 717 bag 6. So that's kind of how yesterday was. As a Tuesday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are generally my slower sales days anyway. But I got a bunch of stuff done yesterday, and then today with definitely lower sales. It's 717.5. I think this is the same buyer. No, different buyer. But yeah, it's definitely gonna allow me some extra time today to do some other things. So I'm not doing a what's on my desk video today, but I can kind of tell you what I'm working on today. Still got to run to the shop. As I said yesterday in the video, I do have the flyers. Here's the flyers printed up. This is the one for the charity donations, and then this is the one for the show. So I'll be running those over there, and of course I got to pick through some value boxes, so I'll probably make a small buy while I'm there too. And then 419.2. Here we go. And then I have to obviously mail stuff. I have a couple of grocery items I got to pick up real quick. It's a pretty small bag. We're going to set this one aside to consolidate. So we got rid of a bag. That's good. And then, let's see, what else do I have to do? I'm still working on a deal on a Barry Sanders buy with a dealer. So I'm going to try to work on that a little bit. And then order my business cards. I did get the design done, but I did not order them yesterday. So that's going to be the goal for today. Got a big Sports Illustrated for Kids order, which is good and bad. These aren't skewed, so it's always good to take stuff out of here, but it's going to take me longer. And I was just about to skew these next. Since I just finished all the 1971 football, this was next on the list, but that's okay. So I'm just going to take these. This is a bunch of stuff I got to dig out. And since I don't have that many sales, I'll do it on camera here. So I just take a couple at a time. I need a pink Lou Whitaker and a green Ruben Sierra. So that's kind of how I do it. If you try to find all of these at once, it's just too overwhelming with the quantity that I have. So this is perfect because it's two baseball players. So the pink is Lou Whitaker and the green is Ruben Sierra. So I just look for these baseball logos in the top corner. To try to find the appropriate card. Now I know it's none of those cards because they're not pink or green. So you can kind of, this type of card, I can kind of shuffle through it. Yeah, I'd really love to get these skewed. I want to order some more lots of Sports Illustrated for Kids. I was just kind of holding off because I didn't have these organized that well yet, so I'm kind of excited to get through these. There's Ruben Sierra, perfect. And then, so all we need is the pink baseball Lou Whitaker. But I've been just kind of holding off on ordering more because I wanted to get these sorted and bagged. It also encourages me to get that done because I know there's a fun thing I can do once I have that done, and that's buy some more. I know I need Dave Winfield, so I'm actually just going to set that aside. I did look at this list earlier, so I will do that too as I go through them. If I find one that I think is going to be on the order, I will pull it out. Try to shorten as much time as possible to pull this order. It's definitely, there's Palmeiro. I don't need Palmeiro though, I need Lou Whitaker. But yeah, it's just, there's nothing else I can do. This is where they are. I have to dig through them. And you can see why it's so important to have all your organization set up well. And for the most part, my stuff is, I think I need a Fisk too, so I'll set that aside. For the most part, mine is, but this is just some stuff that I had a long time ago, and I think I needed Randy Johnson too, so I'll pull that out. And I couldn't just stop the business and skew all this stuff. And a Jesse Owens, I believe I need too. Set that aside. So I just kind of, you know, was skewing stuff as I went. Now the first year I was doing this full time, I had more free time because I didn't have as many bigger orders. And so I would just take that time and skew stuff up and keep moving down the line. I also kind of need to do it because I need the space in the drawers to keep, here's that's the same Winfield. There's two different Dave Winfields, I believe, in here that I need. It's not that one, those are all the same. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I have these two main drawers left to finish, so not bad considering none of this was skewed until basically the end of last year was when I started doing the bags and the SKU system. So I've caught up incredibly, in my opinion. I know I need a bunch of these Ty Cobbs. I think I need 4 of them. So if I see those, I'll grab them out. There's Lou Whitaker. Boom. So we've got 2 that we actually need. And then I usually just kind of start back at the beginning because I don't know if I passed a certain card that I need. So it's just time consuming. So I need a Tom Glavine with the name on top, and I need a Tom Barrasso blue hockey. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Name on top and blue hockey. Name on top. Oh, Tom Glavine. There we go. That was quick. And then we just need the blue hockey. So I found this to be the most kind of time effective way to do it. When I have a bigger list of cards that I've sold, because I've tried where it's like, oh, let me just try to memorize the whole list of what I need and go through it, and then I miss one and I got to start back over anyway. And oh, I need a Paul Coffey too, so I'll set that aside. Not on the Paul Coffey yet, so I'll set it aside and place it in the order once I get to it. But I need a dark blue hockey. Plus, if I'm looking for a card out of one or two specific sets, I can actually skip a lot of the cards as I'm looking through, versus really looking at every single card. Some dark blue hockey. That's what we need. Keep on looking. We're almost halfway through the drawer. Dark blue hockey is what we're looking for. Nope, that's all pink. Yeah, so not ideal. You know, I don't have an order like this every day, so it's not that kind of a slowdown, but I definitely sell enough Sports Illustrated for Kids cards that I want to get them much more organized than this. And because they're a good seller, there's a lot I want to order yet. But I'm being disciplined and not doing that until I know for sure I can get some of this taken care of. There he is, Tom Barrasso, goalie. Perfect. Alright, so we got that one and we got that one. And we need another blue hockey, so maybe I will look at that one next. 5, let's see, 10, 4, 5. So there, trust me, there's plenty of, as you'll see here, there's plenty of Sports Illustrated stuff, kids in bags. So it's not like it's all sitting in there. This is all Sports Illustrated for Kids. So as I've gotten, you know, new stuff or listed stuff, I've put them in the bags. I just had that much of it. So that whole run of that drawer is just stuff that I never... Okay, I need that other Dave Winfield. Oh, and the Randy Johnson I need is not the pink. I need the pitching one. Okay, well, let's try that. So we need the Dave Winfield pink. Right? Is it just the baseball logo, I believe? Yep. And a Randy Johnson with the name on top. So we need name on top, Randy Johnson. Nope. And a pink Dave Winfield. True pink. So this older pink. You can tell the difference between the patterns on the borders there. We need one that looks like that. So we need a Dave Winfield. And then a name on top. Randy Johnson. It's kind of how I remember them. The border colors are easy to remember, and then I just name on top, gray bar on bottom, you know, something to sort of pick out what is distinguishable about it. Name on top, pink. Here's some name on top. Let's see if we've got a Randy Johnson in here. Nope. So the Garrick throws me off because I'm like, oh, there's another one, but no, that's not who I'm looking for. All right. I'm showing a lot of my vulnerability in this episode by showing you what a pain in the butt it is if you don't have this stuff organized. I mean, you know, they're all in one spot at least, so it's not like I have to guess which drawers even there, you know, something that extreme, but they definitely need to be better organized than this. We were doing so well at the beginning, we found a bunch of them, right? A couple of cards right away. And I still need that Randy Johnson name on top. Bobby Bonilla. I always chuckle when I see his cards with his still getting paid by the Pirates, I believe it was. Every year on that insane contract that he had with them. I just need the Dave Winfield pink. Nope, not that Dave Winfield. And a Dave Winfield pink and a, what's the other one? Oh yeah, the Randy Johnson name on top. Some more Dave Winfield, but not the right one. Another one. Alright, here's some name on top. Let's see if we see a Randy Johnson. Nope. Yeah, the worst part, this is definitely the worst part of the job at this point, trying to dig this stuff out. No, 95% of my stuff is skewed at this point. So this is definitely the extreme of what I would have to look for. But yeah, when you get those multi-card there he is. There's the Randy Johnson one at least. Okay, now all we need is the pink Dave Winfield, so that's good. But yeah, when you get these multi-card orders, it is way more time consuming than it needs to be to find an order. As you guys watch these other orders, you know, the other videos with orders, you see how fast it goes. This is the slowdown in the day. But gotta do it. The card's sold, so I have to. Gotta spend the time and try to locate it. The beauty of a sale out of here is once it's gone, that's it. I'm never going to have a card added to this pile. So that's the super uplifting part about it. And like I said, these will be SKU'd next. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that today. I definitely have tasks to do today. Other tasks that have to take precedence. Take priority. So don't know that I'm going to do it today, but yeah, it's definitely something I need to do. And it's next on the list for SKUing is these Sports Illustrated for Kids cards. So I shouldn't have to do too many big digs out of this row of cards in the future. Alright, last stack in here again. We still need the pink Dave Winfield. Not so confident that's in here, so that's oh, there it is, way at the back. Alright, so we got the Dave Winfield, nice. Alright, so we're getting caught up. Alright, next. That's always at the end of back of the pile. Okay, Jesse Owens, we need that one, which we've got right here. And the other one is a pink Kevin McHale. Alright, so we need pink Kevin McHale and a blue Jim Abbott. So more baseball. Well, actually, McHale is a basketball, obviously. Pink basketball, Kevin McHale. And a blue baseball Jim Abbott. I run out of film. Or I should say storage. We don't use film, obviously. Speaking like an old man there. Okay, so pink we need basketball, blue we need baseball. Oh, yeah. I hate that it takes me a half hour to get an order like this done, but like I said, we're just about done with ever having to do that. And again, this was an 11 card order. If I was trying to find one card, we'd be, you know, well on our way, but trying to find all these multiple cards. There's the Jim Abbott. We got that one. Nice. So now we just need the pink basketball Kevin McHale. I'm pretty sure that's in here. I remember seeing it the other day. So it's just a matter of digging our way to it. Way more confident about finding that one than I was 4 copies of Ty Cobb. Come on, Kevin McHale, where are you hiding? Probably going to be at the very end again, because that's usually my luck on these. Still no go. So if you have a small amount of cards right now that you're selling, and you think you can just go with a real simple organizational process, you're probably right. But if you plan to grow that, it's never too late to come up with a new strategy for handling a larger amount of inventory. Luckily, I didn't have a huge sales day, so I have some extra time I can spend doing this anyway. No. Kevin McHale, where are you, Kevin McHale? I think the next couple after this, we're just about done here with this order. I think I kind of have them pulled out already, at least some of them. Might have one more we got to try to find, but we're getting to the end, so that's the good news. If you stuck it all the way through this video, I appreciate you. This is a challenge in viewing stamina. One that I wasn't thinking about taking on. There's Kevin McHale, we found it. But I very rarely show digs in the videos because of this, because of I don't know what the time consumption is going to be. And I think it's important to show. Okay, so we already put the Jesse Owens, the Jim Abbott. I've got a Paul Coffey right here. Here's Paul Coffey. So we got that one. And then Johnny Unitas is also one of his orders. It's separate from the other order, but I found that. So we've got that. We've got our 3 Ty Cobb. This I pulled this Randy Johnson because I knew we needed a Randy Johnson, but we didn't need that one. So I'm going to put that back. Then, all we have to come up with is a blue Jack Morris baseball. And we've got this order ready to go. And I'll have to refund on the one hockey card that we didn't find. And that Ty Cobb. So going to be a little bit out of this, but I knew some of these numbers weren't right. Again, it was very old system. I was just kind of doing cards for fun at the time, and I was doing a bunch of Sports Illustrated for Kids is not like a new product for me. It's one of the things I carried from the very beginning. What do we need? Jack Morris. Luckily, I don't have nearly as many dark blue cards, so that's one of the ones that's the design kind of stands out, which is good. And then I don't have a ton of them, so I can kind of easily flip through to look for those. But the dark blue really stands out, especially among the pink and stuff. So we'll find the Jack Morris. I'll probably look one more time for the other Ty Cobb and the one hockey card, but I'll do that after off camera. I'm not going to put you guys through another look on that. All right, where we're at? We're at 25 minutes in this part of the video, so yeah, it's been about a half hour that I've been digging for these. That is not ideal for time frame to pull. What was it? 11 cards, 12 cards, something like that. Maybe a couple more, because I think with the Ty Cobbs that was like 14, so like 15 cards I think it was total. But regardless, it's too long. Alright, we just need the blue Jack Morris. Again, a card that I feel like I saw not that long ago. Yeah, I can't wait until these get on my SKU desk, which I don't have time to do that today, but maybe tomorrow, or at least by the end of the week. That would be great if I could get those pulled and start bagging them. Come on. All we need is the Jack Morris and we can move on. That's the other thing, it just gets kind of, even for me, I'm sure it's boring for you guys to watch, but it's even boring as the guy pulling the cards. I just want to get this one done and move on to the next one. So, yeah, just kind of a tedious, necessary process at this point. But I was happy to get all those 1971 commons put away. Those I've had for a while too. They definitely sell. Patrimonium at Williams. There's Jack Morris. We got it. Not all the way to the back, but pretty far in there. Okay, that's it. No more talk about that. Okay, now we need a Kirkland 3-7, bag 5. And look at how fast this goes, right? 3-7, bag 5, and you know, Levon Kirkland, Topps rookie. See where that is. Oops. Point your camera down here a little bit so you can see what's going on. There it is, Levon Kirkland, rookie, done. So quite a difference between that and searching for a card in a non-skewed cabinet, right? 24, okay. Alright, now we've got a bunch of Favre stuff. I'm going to plug this in. I don't want the camera battery to run though, so I'm plugging it in while I'm using it. 423, bag 25. I think it's this one. Got a ton of these. They've been hot lately. It's probably my 4th or 5th one I've sold in the last few days, so that's good. I have quantity. I think I have like 60 copies of this left. So got that one. We got a Shohei 1017, bag 3. 17-3. We got a Shohei Angels card. There it is. Yeah, it feels so much better to just dive right into the bag I know it's at and pull out the card. Alright, next we've got a Favre 9-4-16. Score, there we go, 94 score. Then we've got a Stats Matchers, which is in the cabinet in the hall, so I'll pull that after. And we got a Berry 811-2. A Berry 94 score. Let's see, where is it? There it is. 94 score, Barry. Yeah, I definitely could not operate the way I do now without the SKU system. And I just, for me, the bags are still feels like the best idea. I've been doing this, haven't bagged. I gotta repair this, change this bag. It's all blown out on the bottom. I've been doing the bag thing now for a year and let's say 3 or 4 months, and still works perfect. I haven't found any reason to look a different way of doing it. I need another stat smasher, so I'll pull that out after. Now those aren't skewed, but I know exactly where they are, and it takes me seconds to pull those. So those I'm definitely not in a rush to skew, and I sell a ton of them. I have a stat smasher sale pretty much every day. 212, big 5. So I'm just kind of letting those run their course. 212.5, and we need a Clayton Kershaw out of here. There he is, Clayton Kershaw. And then we need another stat smasher, an Aikman. So I'll pull that one after as well. Let's see, that order was $23.70. I don't remember if I said what the Sports Illustrated order was. It was $46.82, and then one additional card for $4.99. Okay, moving on. Now we need a Slammers, Barry Sanders. 12-8 big 6. 12-8 6. Alright, so we need a blue Barry Bonds Slammers card. There it is. Sold for $2.99. Those are like sneaky good. They just look like 1990 Donruss, like base cards, but I think they were special in some type of pack type, and you just don't see them that often, and they sell really well, so I always try to buy them when I see them. 428 big 4 right up here. So in this one we need an Emmitt Smith 2000 tops right there. Emmitt Smith, $1.99. Okay, so far so good. We're getting towards the end here. Like I said, it wasn't a huge sales day, so we don't have nearly the stack we do some days. And as I said, in this case, it's been kind of a blessing because there's other stuff I really needed to get done. Wanted to get done. Did get done. There we go. Boss Squad. John Elway, that's all for $2.69. And the one order where I knew it was going to take a lot more effort to dig. Alright, 718.9. So this is the same buyer, another John Elway card. John Elway 1990 Fleer. There it is. That's all for $1.99. Then, back to my awesome vintage buy that I had the other day. I already sold the George Brett rookie. Here's the George Brett second year card, which is quite off-centered, but 25.9. George Brett is a big enough name that it doesn't really matter. There's going to be a buyer for his second year card, regardless of condition. It's not too bad. I mean, not a bit, no big creases or anything, but yeah, it's way off-centered. Corners are soft, all that kind of good stuff. But nice second year card for 13 bucks. Some fan will be happy with that. All right, then we've got a Stadium Club Chrome. So 123 bag 4, and this is a David. Let's see, where is it here? There it is. David Ortiz, $2.99. Nice. Okay. Then we have another Elway. 675. 7. Big 5. Here we go. Bring it down to you so you can see what's in it. We need just a John Elway plain old mosaic right there. Simple. $1.60. Not a lot of money out of that one, but 6, 7, big 5. All right, now we got a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers card. Excited to see this again. Trying to get out of the non-sport in this store. 27, bag 4. There's 2 bag 4s. One has Power Rangers in it, so we're gonna get to that one. We need this pterodactyl looking thing. There it is. Sold for $1.99. Alright, back to sports. We need a Dennis Rodman, 11-16, bag 2. Bag 2. We need a Dennis Rodman medal right there. Sold for $3.99. And an International Trading Day Bobby Witt. Witt stuff super hot. 12.28. Super hot. There it is. Bobby Witt sold for $3.50. I think we just have one more. Nope, not quite. 813 bag 7. We definitely have one more yet. 813-7. I got 2 813. It's got to be this one because the other one is scan stuff. So we need a runner and a Hall. We need. Let's see if there's an Anna Hall card in here. I think it's this one right here. Anna Hall. $2.69 we got for that one. Love those Chrome Olympics cards. If I could find some of those on a deal now, since the Olympic hype is gone, I would like to pick some up. Love cards of, you know, sports and events and stuff that don't get a lot of cards. Okay, we need a Hoops, Jordan and Karl Malone. Hoops. Should have a few of these, yeah. Here we go. Jordan and Karl Malone sold for $2.99. This was stuff that wasn't SKU'd, like even a week ago. It was in the basketball drawer, so. But I did all the Jordans, Kobe's, LeBron's, all that. So you're seeing the rewards there, at least, on that one, for speed of pulling it after SKU. There's another, oops, Favre scorecard. It's sold for $1.49. Pretty sure he had bought a couple other cards though, so I'll have to check. We got a police card, 321 bag 6. Alright, we need a this one right here, Josh Sitton, sold for $1.79. Then we have a Saturday Night Live card, so that's kind of fun, and I got that at the National out of the 10-cent boxes, so 9, 18, big 9. And which one do I need? Let's see, which skit is it? This one right here. Chico Escuela. That's all for $2.99. Those are fun cards. I'd love to find more of those. They don't pop up very often, so pretty much just buy them when I see them. Jose Ramirez, 3.9 bag 4. Bag 4. Okay, I need a Jose Ramirez Topps Fire. There it is. For $1.99. It's having a great season so far, so I expect some sales on his stuff to pick up. I buy his stuff once in a while. Obviously you can get it pretty cheap, but don't get a lot of sales out of it either. So 7-10-3. Breaking Bad. We need the hologram. Which one? This one, right? Yep. This hologram fan art card. And 7-10. And 4. Again, a purchase at the National. Those are back here. There it is. Right there. So those two sold for $10.98. So don't sleep on the Breaking Bad stuff, that's for sure. Okay, must add another sale because now my orders are pushed down. 7-Eleven, bag 5. Alright, so this one we need a Dune. I think it's a promo card. Here it is. Yeah, Dune trading card promo, $4.99. Love promo cards. The new Dune movie was awesome. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest. If you're into that kind of thing, anyway. It's definitely science fiction. The spice mines and all that good stuff. Let's see. We need an upper deck. Here it is. Emmett, $1.99. And another one out of the vintage buy. We need a Carl Yastrzemski, $4.25. Let's see, where is that? Right here. So we need a Carl Yastrzemski. It's the one that looks like a newspaper. There, I had a bunch of those in there. Here, $4.99. Love to make some more good vintage buys. Something I'm keeping my nose out for. Alright, 11.5. I didn't think I had this many orders, but I guess I do. 11.5, bag 10. So it's going to be in here. And it looked like I just got a pretty good sized one because it pushed my orders way down. Which, as you guys have seen in other videos, that happens when I get orders while I'm filling them. $2.99 for a Ultra Sensations gold card. Of Mr. Favre. He's got a documentary coming out shortly on Netflix. See what that does to his cards. Alright. We got a 10 card order for $40.90. First one is a Kershaw ASG, so that's in the boxes. I'll pull that out later. 10, 20, 24. So, yeah, that's right. 10, 20, 24. Here we go. So you need a Troy Polamalu all chrome card. Let's see. Doesn't feel like that would be the right bag. 10. Oh, there's another 10, 20, 24. So let's try that one. This, I think, is all baseball. This one has football, I think. Oh, I'm also looking for the wrong card. I need the... I need the May rookie. Dustin May. That's not it. I was skipping ahead. The next one is the Polamalu, but it's in a different bag. 10, 20, 24. Here he is. Dustin May rookie. Got that one. Alright. Moving on. Now we're going to be looking for the Troy Polamalu card. That's going to be, I was going to say, I thought I just got that card. I was surprised it was such an old bag, but sometimes when I'm consolidating bags, the dates don't make as much sense as they used to. 419.25. Yeah, it should be a bunch of Topps Chrome stuff on a recent purchase. So I just need a Troy Polamalu insert card. It's not going to be a... It'll be back here somewhere. There it is. Nice. Okay. Then 410 bag 3. Which will be in the previous drawer. 410 3. Here we go. And this one I need a Jerome Bettis extra points. I do remember that card, so I'm sure it's in here. There it is. Jerome Bettis extra points. Kind of fun. We need a one of those holiday box ornaments. Clayton Kershaw. That's in the binder. They're too big for bagging, so I'll pull that out after. 434. 43 bag 4, and we need a Yamamoto. There he is. It came into the league. I love that set. That was bought at out of consignment boxes at my local shop, which I am heading there today, and we'll be looking through there. Hopefully there's going to be a couple of goodies in there. Looking for stuff that sells a little quicker right now. 410 bag 2, just because this isn't a real hot time of year for card sales. So I try to get some other work done this time of year and be a little more conservative on buying. Alright, green cracked ice. TJ Watt, nice. Just got that one too. Pretty sure that was from the card shop also. Alright, then a Jason Tatum. This was definitely from the shop. Jason Tatum silver, 411.25. Getting a lot of stuff out of the bottom racks here. There he is. Jason Tatum with the Celtics. And then we need a blue Kershaw Prism. 1019. Where's that? 1019 bag 5. And this one is a blue Kershaw Prism. There we go. Cool looking card. I like the blue with the color match. It's nice. 19.5. And then the last one out of here is 29.25. It's got to be here. 29.25. And it is a Jackie Robinson Black Gold. Let's see where he is. There it is. Last one in the bag. Nice. Alright, we got that pull done. Then we need a Favre Police Rookie for $23. $9.96. And this is great because I bought a huge box of Packer police cards, and there was a ton of these Favres in there, like 20 some of them. I was very, very excited about that. Started listing a few. You don't want to be your own competition necessarily. 996, isn't that right? It's definitely not in here. Well, maybe it is. I kind of stuck them in the middle of there it is, yeah, it's stuck in the middle, exactly like I said. So this is the Cops Food Center printing, which is the Green Bay one. Nice condition, good looking card, 23 bucks for that. But I paid $60 for the entire 6-row box of, because it was 4 rows and then a 2-row box of police cards, and I had 20 some of the Favre rookies in there. So it was a good buy. Alright, 1024 bag 2. Yeah, any of that regionally printed stuff is usually a pretty good thing to pick up, because Anybody who's a Packer fan that doesn't live here, they're not going to have police cards. All right, Ryan Leaf rookie gold label. Sold for $250. We go from Favre to Ryan Leaf. Talk about two very different careers in the NFL. And I think that is the last one. It is. So that's it for today. Let's see what our, just out of curiosity, since we had some orders while we were filling. It looks like we had 3 separate card orders. We had a Collect-A-Books Bo Jackson, awesome, for $3.99. A Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink Ranger from the movie for $2.69. And then a Marshall Fox Stick'ems sticker card from Collector's Choice. And that's all for $1.99. So we had 3 cards while we were packing today. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking through the long picking portion of the Sports Illustrated for Kids if you made it this far. Don't forget, every Wednesday night, 8 Central Standard Time, we have a live show with Charlie from JC3 Cards and Collectibles and Stuart the Goat. Next Goat Show is June 8th at the historic Riverside Ballroom in Green Bay. Hopefully you can join us there. We will be doing a live show from there as well again. That was a lot of fun. Seemed to be a big hit, so we're going to do that again. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. is my next Whatnot Live. I'll put a link in the description. I actually did remember in the last video. I'll put a link in the description to that Whatnot show. It's going to be all football. I do already have it set up. All the cards are listed in there if you want to take a look. But a lot of cool stuff. Some cool 90s inserts, some rookies. Lots of Hall of Famer stuff. Parallels, like here's a Peyton Manning, 99 Bowman, Interstate. Here's another Peyton Manning. Here's a Terry McLaurin Silver Prism. Mac Jones Rookie Silver Prism. Here's a, let's see, Ray Caruth Rookie from Bowman's Best. Really cool Planet Football metal insert of work done. So just a lot of cool stuff like that. McNabb, here's John Elway from Zenith. So lots of Hall of Famers, some rookies, some fun inserts, some short prints, some serial numbered stuff, refractors, prisms, all the goodies. So I hope to see you at that show as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And don't forget, you can't sell what you don't list. See you again soon.